Another terrible game as the Phillies lose 5-2 to the Cleveland Indians in Cleveland. The first of three games as they dropped the first one, and it's not a good start. They continue to fall farther and farther and farther away from the second wild card spot, and they are only four above 500. And this team hasn't gone on a five-game winning streak all season long. There's only three teams that have not been on five-game winning streaks: the Phillies, the Orioles, and the Royals. So the Phillies are in that territory down. That should be embarrassing for them. And who knows how much it really has any effect on the way they play. But absolutely just horrible last night. Absolutely horrible. Drew Smiley won't be back next season. He shouldn't be. He's absolutely terrible. He doesn't do his job. You have Yasiel Puig getting some RBIs. You have Mercado getting some RBIs. You have former Philly Carlos Santana doing some damage against his former team as well. So there are a lot of things that just weren't good in this game. I'm just done, man. I'm looking forward to 2020. I think at this point, I think we have to be getting ready for 2020. We are 35-39 on the road this year, and I'm just ready for 2020. What 2020 is going to bring for this team? A new manager, hopefully some new pitchers in the pitching staff, the pitching rotation. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now. I'm not looking forward to the rest of this year, man. The only series that I'm really, really looking forward to is the 5-game series in Washington, D.C. And the only reason why I'm really looking forward to that is just so I can see Harper play against the Nationals. But other than that, I'm not really – there's no game this rest of this year that really interests me. Other than that, we only have 10 games left of this year. We have 2 against Cleveland, and we have 5 against Washington, and we have another 3 against Miami to finish off the season. It would be a fantastic – well, not obviously not, the way, the Phillies want it to end. But it would be a great summary of how our season ended is if we got swept out by the Miami Marlins. That would just put an exclamation point on our terrible underperformance season. That would be an exclamation point on how bad we have been this year. And next week, as I speak right now, we're only going to be having two more games. In a week from today, I'm only going to say, well, there's only 2 games left. So it's crazy. This season has gone by really, really fast. It felt like it was just yesterday the season started. And here we are in late September. We have 10 games left of this year. I'm just gassed, man. I'm sick of this team. I'm sick of their manager. It's just the same thing over and over and over. I don't even feel like ranting. I really don't, because I had my fair share of rants, and this team is an embarrassment. And there's not really much else to say. Really. This team is another joke. I've just given up. I've given up for the past 2 or 3 weeks. Ever since school started, I'm like, we're not making the playoffs. And I'm not just saying it's just because school started. We just started falling farther and farther away. And I've never seen a team as inconsistent as the Phillies. And this goes to show you, they never have been on a 5-game winning streak this year. They're in the Baltimore Orioles, Kansas City Royals territory with that. Even the Detroit Tigers have been a 5-game winning streak. That's an embarrassing if you're the Phillies. The Detroit Tigers. Come on, man. That should be a wake-up call, but there's no wake-up calls for this team. There's absolutely no wake-up calls. Nothing inspires them to play well. I don't understand it, man. They've had their fair share of opportunities. They've had their fair share of – they have so much potential. And they've had sprints where they've really looked good. Harper, walk-off grand slam. There have been some bright moments this year, but they've all been clustered together. They have not been spread out like we all thought they would. We thought this year would be a linear path. We thought we were going to go in and bulldoze everybody in the NL East. Here we come. We're going to nick you down. And look what happened. It was an utter disaster. It really was. I just can't believe I'm sitting here right now. If you would have told me in March that I'd be sitting here on September 21st saying that the Phillies were 70-74, I'd say you're crazy. But here I am doing just that. I'm sitting here saying that we are only 4 games above 500. We've just totally fallen off out of the wild card chase. The New York Mets are gaining so much ground on us. It just makes me sick to my stomach. And it really just we're done. We're done. I don't think I need to say it anymore. I really don't. I think I've made myself very, very clear with this team that we're just done. We're gassed. Aaron Nola looks gassed. He's tired. You saw that out of last year. We've been a horrible team in the months of September in recent history. Not in 17, though. In 18, we were horrible in the months of September. Aaron Nola, what is he doing in September? I think we overwork him, a little bit. That's why if you bring in a couple more starting pitchers, then that won't happen because Nola won't feel as much pressure. If you bring in like a Roark, I understand Roark and Nola are not. Roark's not a Cy Young pitcher. If you bring in a couple of those type of Roark, Wheeler guys, then that'll take some pressure off of Aaron Nola. You can't just rely on him to be your ace. Obviously you can, but you can't rely on him to, every fifth day, all right, let's get a win, Nola. Who cares about the other four guys? You're going out there today. You're going to get us a win. That's a lot of pressure. And it's just not realistic to say that. That Nola, he's the only guy who can get. Come on. That's ridiculous. So I'm done with this front office being so content with the pitching. They went cheap on it, and it's really starting to show. It is really, really starting to show. It's the Phillies lose 5-2 here. So let's recap this game. In the bottom of the first inning, Morocco doubled to left center. Francisco Lindor scored. It's now 1-0 Cleveland. Then Yasiel Puig doubled to left. Morocco scored. It's now 2-0 Cleveland. Then Lindor singled to right. Velasquez scored. It's now 3-0 Cleveland. Bottom of the second inning, Carlos Santana singles to left. Morocco scores, and it's now 4-0. Santana was thrown out trying to go to second. Then in the top of the fifth inning, Michael Franco doubles to deep left center. Hazley and Miller scored. It's now 4-2. Then in the bottom seventh inning, Morocco does it again. Singles to left. Chang scores, and it's now 5-2 Cleveland. And that's your ball game, 5-2, your final score. And the offense just wasn't good today. It really wasn't. Cesar Hernandez 1 for 4. It's amazing. I just want to say this right now. It's amazing how much shorter the box score is when you're playing an American League ballpark. When you have the DH, there's no pinch hitting. It changes the whole strategy of the game. It's nuts. It's like night and day. You think, well, the American League and National League are the same thing. No. Obviously, we know that there's DH and no DH. DH American League and DH, no DH in the National League. So it's amazing how much it changes the strategy of the game. Cesar Hernandez 1 for 4, 1 strikeout. Bryce Harper 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Rhys Hoskins 0 for 3, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. I'm going to talk about Hoskins. Jay Bruce 0 for 4. Jay Bruce is actually a member of the Cleveland Indians 2 years ago. He said after the game, this is win time. If we're going to try to make a playoff push, we have to win now. And they've been saying that forever. Brad Miller 1 for 4, 1 run scored, 1 strikeout. Scott Kingery 1 for 4. Adam Hazley 1 for 4, 1 run scored. Michael Franco 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, 1 strikeout. And Andrew Knapp 1 for 3 with a strikeout. And JC Muto got the day off, very well needed. He looked tired. He really did. I think he should have gotten the day off. Drew Smiley 2 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks. Vincent 2 innings, 3 strikeouts. Parker 1 inning and a third. Harold Hughes, 1 inning and a third, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Moran 1/3 of an inning, and Ranger Suarez 1 inning, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. So, guys, that's your ball game. The Phillies lose 5-2 to the Cleveland Indians. And I'm just going to say right now, I'm just so sick and tired of Rhys Hoskins, man. He just really, really, really not impressed me. Look at his batting average. It's .235. And he still does manage to have a .374 base percentage. But I'm just so done with this guy, man. He's a career .243 hitter. He has 81 home runs, 227 RBIs. And listen, in 17 he had 18 home runs. Last year he had 34, and this year he has 29. He's had a nice career. And he's projected to finish with 31, 88 RBIs, 119 walks, which is really nice. But look what he just has really, really fallen off. And this guy was supposed to have 40 to 45 home runs, same with Harper. And obviously I think Harper's had a more linear season. Harper, you can say what you want about the guy, but he's been consistent this year. He's batted around 250, 260 all season long. Obviously he had that little part at the beginning where he got off to a fast start, the first week, and then he just fell off. The rest of April was a disaster. May wasn't good for Harper, but once June came around, he started to pick it up a little bit. Harper's a slow starter. Oh, I shouldn't say that. He starts off really, really fast, and then he kind of dips. He doesn't do so well. in the after like the first couple weeks of the season. He starts kind of slumping a little bit. So Shane Bieber got the win. He's now 15-7 on the year. He went seven and a third, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. That's what happens when you have more than one good starting pitcher in your rotation. You could rely on more people to get you wins. Juice only got the loss 3-2, and Carlos Carrasco got the save an inning and a third, 1 walk. And that's it, guys. 5-2 Cleveland. And I mean, going back to, Hoskins and everything, and Harper's batted consistent 250, 260 all season long. And he's on track for, he already has 32. He's on track for, 34, 35, 36 home runs. If he could jack one out today or, tomorrow, he'll have 33. Go to D.C., hit 2, and in Miami, I know he's going to hit that. He's going to hit a home run in the last series of the season. He's going to. He's definitely going to get one there. He's definitely going to hit at least one in Washington. So he's going to get at least 34. He's going to get at least 34. I'm calling it. Harper will get at least 34. I'm just actually pulling up Bryce Harper's projected stats. I think he's going to finish with 35, but I want to see what ESPN thinks. And they think he's going to finish with 34 home runs, 111 RBIs, 102 walks, which I wouldn't mind. 2 straight years with 34 home runs. Not bad. But next year he needs to build off of that. I think last year he had 130 walks. Now I want to ask you guys something. Harper last year, 249, 130 walks, 34 home runs, and 100 RBIs. This year, 255 compared to 249, 102 walks compared to his last year, 130, 11 more RBIs and the same amount of home runs. I think this year's better. Now, I might be saying that just because, I'm not just saying that. I'm not. He has been so much better than last year, I think. Obviously, aside from the walks, obviously on-base percentage has dipped a little bit. It's a little bit below his career average. But, I was looking at something the other day, and I'm not trying to fool you and tell you that Mike Trout and Harper are the same. I'm not trying to say this. But I want you all to listen up. Just listen. Just hear me out here. Mike Trout has more. Everyone wants to make a huge, big deal that Bryce Harper strikes out too much. Which he does. He does strike out. But you want to hear something? They compared strikeouts with Mike Trout and Bryce Harper. Guess who has more career strikeouts? Mike Trout. And it's not just 10 or 20. It's by 150 something. 58, I think. Mike Trout, I understand that Mike Trout, Harper missed some time in 14, missed some time in 17, and obviously he made his MLB debut in 2012. Trout made it in 2011. But still, now if it was only 10 or 20, you could make that argument. But it's when it's 150 something, 158, I think. You can't. So Mike Trout is much better than Harper. I'm not trying to make that argument. Also, another thing is that Harper is going to have more RBIs than Mike Trout this year. Trout, I think, only had 79 RBIs last year. The past 2 years, Harper's driven in more runs. But obviously, Trout hits for higher average. He hits for more power. But Harper has been better in driving in runs than Mike Trout the past couple of years. That's crazy. I know it's crazy. But it's true. But still, Mike Trout is on a whole nother level than Bryce Harper. I'm not trying to – Mike Trout is the GOAT. I'm not trying to say he's not, man. He's a machine. He puts up MVP numbers every single year in and year out. So, guys, that is pretty much it. I just wanted to make that point about, Harper and Trout and everything. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please smash the like on this video. Please tell your friends about these videos. Please, 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 please subscribe if you have not yet. And let's take a look at the preview in this one. And we are going to be having Jason Vargas, 6-8 with a 4.48 ERA, going against not Dan Plesac, 8-6 with a. I'm sorry, I got this, guys. It's it totally just blacked out on me. Zach Plesac, 8-6 with a 3.64 ERA. So he is 8-6 on the year. So, guys, that is pretty much it. Please smash the like in this video. Jason Vargas going for his first win as a Philly. I just can't believe that, man. All right, guys. Thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Turn on the notification bell as well. So I will talk to you later. See y'all later.